Good morning, farmers. Although I think it may be in the afternoon at this point in game. As you can see, if you watched last episode, I hope you did, we finished off somewhere over there. And we're moving right along. What are we at this field at this point? 72% done. I've been at it pretty much all day. Yeah, it's almost noon. Our day on the farm started off. We had breakfast with the wife this morning. Chatted up with her for a few minutes. And then I went and did 3 fix-the-building jobs. Nothing too exciting, obviously. There were like $200, $300 jobs and another $200 job, so nothing that paid exceptionally well. But, you know, went and did them. There are no plow the field jobs today, cultivating jobs, anything like that. So I thought, well, I was recording it, but I mean, obviously nothing too exciting happened there. But then obviously I jumped down here and just started plowing away. And at this point, that's when I decided to bring you guys in, just to show you some progress going on in this field. So it looks like we'll get done plowing this field today. And probably even starting to cultivate it because there's nothing else to really do. And that's the only thing I say about this game right now is you will run into times where there's not enough content in the game to keep you busy. I mean, I hate to keep comparing it to Farming Simulator because Farming Simulator has been out for a while and they've added to the game through the years. But I mean, like animal work. We have no animal work to do. We fed the cows. They're good for a year. Chickens are good for a couple years. And I mean, I guess I could start milking the cows and collecting the eggs myself during the day. But, you know, when I started the game doing that, and after about a few months of doing that before you get married, it gets rather repetitive and boring, but it's not my thing. But then again, so can plowing and cultivating, doing jobs like this over and over again get repetitive and boring. So that's the only thing missing in the game right now is this extra content to do. Hopefully they do the fix the building patch sometime soon to where we actually can repair buildings and actually use tools in our scaffolding again. And yes, I've checked the discussion forum, and I haven't seen nothing from the devs since the update came out last week. So I'm not sure if they're trying to figure out what their next step is, or what's the case going on there. I try to keep you guys posted up on that as well, if you don't follow that kind of stuff. But yeah, we don't have much more of this field to go. Considerably, when we start off with the 7.5 hectares, and we're almost 80% done. The old plow furrows, which are the little dips that you can see my plows in right now, I've been fighting those all morning. The tractor, well, the plow will catch it just right and just not spin the tractor, but try to steer it left or right more than what I was ready for. And it really hasn't taken me that long to plow it than I thought. I mean, in reality, I spent a few hours in game the day before, and this is probably going to take me until, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon today. And of course, cultivating will take a while longer, so that'll push us into probably late evening the following day on the farm. Probably will skip a day. Well, I won't skip the day, I just won't record it because tomorrow is supposed to rain. And working in the rain kind of sucks. As in real life. I think I'll just pick up a plow and go down the end of the field here. But I will let the wife cook in the kitchen all day. Maybe I'll just let the game run in the background for it. About an in-game day runs about an hour and a half, I think. I mean, if you run the game from 6 a.m. till like 10 o'clock at night, it's like an hour and a half in real time. So maybe when I'm editing and rendering a video, I can just let the game run in the background, something like that. She can cook all day. Maybe we'll sell some meals. I try to carry around extra meals with me sometimes just to hand out as gifts, but I have yet to be able to hand out a gift in this game, so people said they'd done it. I just never get the option to do so. I don't know if anyone else has had the luck to give out gifts just yet. But that's the plan for at least the next couple episodes. Finish plowing this field today, and we'll run back up to the farm, drop off the plow, and we'll try to do some cultivating. I'm going to have to run around the field a couple of times just to get the old plow marks up, because as we saw in the other fields in the past previous episodes, when you don't cultivate the field well, it just makes your tractor bounce up and down quite a bit, which is alright really, but it slows down the speed of the tractor quite a bit. But it will take a while to plow this field. I mean, excuse me, cultivate it. We're plowing it now. And it feels so good seeing that edge of the field getting closer and closer and closer. I'm just trying to imagine what it's going to be like in a couple months when it's time to harvest these fields. And even more so when a year from now in game, what spring cleaning will be like. How many fields do we actually own now, farm set? I think we had 17, so now we're up to 27. That one lovely grass field, but that's not a big field. Want in here, because we're going to plant this field with corn or maize. I may have to go buy some. That's not quite 3. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, believe it or not. Oh, the wife has already collected the eggs and did the milk too. So we'll probably go buy a couple, maybe 2,000 kilograms of seed just to be sure. So we'll do that at some point. But what the other thing they could add in the game, I think at this point as well, is having to water the fields, because tomorrow will be the first day of rain I've had this month. So we've gone, what is it, 20, you know, we're almost at 4 weeks before we get our first rainfall. It's quite a ways. I don't know for those of you who are playing the game, what you'd like to see in the game, but you know, leave a comment down below and you know, see what other people have for ideas, because developers do like getting ideas from us. They have put some in the games. I mean, I remember like someone said the fireplace where we regain our sleep bar, if you will, that was suggested and that was put in. Having barbecues there has also been mentioned, and the devs said at some point they'll get to that, so it sounds like they're going to put that into the game. But when, who knows? Ah, so close to the edge of the field. What are we at? 87%? So for us, we're 11% off of what we like to see, 98%. But the devs do have some things they need to maybe tinker with before they add more stuff in the game, I think. Like I just mentioned a little while ago, like the grass situation. Grass has been in the game since day one, and yeah, can't do nothing with it. So, I mean, if you haven't seen it before or tried it before, and you just known it's a glitch or whatever, when you go to cut a grass field, you do cut the grass, but there's it doesn't leave no harvest behind it. So like, you know, when you do hay, not hay, wheat or barley, and leaves a straw swath. When you cut the grass, it cuts the grass, but there's no swath behind the mower to bale up afterwards. It just disappears. And I think that's why they made it so cows eat straw for food, I guess. I know a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, we like to have more choices in tractors and implements. And I said, I don't need to be like Farming Simulator where you got like 30 options in every category. I would just like to have a few options. Of course, the thing I really liked when this game started was doing the building. And I haven't been able to do that for a while. I mean, I guess I could go around and just tinker with people's buildings and fix them, or upgrade them, if you will. But I don't want to upgrade them and then have them to come out with an update that fixes that. And then since I've already upgraded them, I don't have no job to do still. But as for the core game, I think they got the core game down pretty well at this point. They just need to fix some of the parts of the core game. So we do plant this with some maize. So in about 3 months' time, we'll harvest it. I wonder how many trips to the sell point we'll have to make. Actually, now I think about it, boy, that would be... See, barley goes for 700 there, maize goes for 450. And with the barley, we will get all the hay as well. That's going to be a lot of field work, though. I'll have to think about that when I'm cultivating. The only thing I do worry about, but it has been fixed when the game first started, if you had a lot of straw swath down, it tended to crash the game once in a while. They did say they fixed it, and it hasn't happened to me since. And I haven't seen one reporting that it's happened to them as well. But this is a big field, and that'd be a lot of straw laying on the ground before we went around and baled it. So since we got a few episodes before I do plant it, maybe leave a comment down below if you'd like to see barley, or do you want to see more maize planted? And we'll see what you guys like to see, and that's what we'll do. And if no one leaves a comment, then I'll figure it out for myself. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost out. And it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I guess it's nothing more than what we did, like when spring cleaning came along. I tried to plow 3 fields like in a day. I just remember doing this with the Jack Bear. And then if you haven't been watching my episodes long enough, quick story. before I had the new tractor and the new plow, and this is when the straw swath problem was still around, I took a job to plow this field with the Jack Bear and the old plow. And that was after I did the two I think it was wheat fields actually, down by the by our farmstead. And I left the straw swath there, and I came up and I wanted to get this job before the day ran out. So I took the job, and then I started plowing it, and I think I got like 30 to 40% of the way done of the field, and the game crashed. And that was before I learned to maybe save it once in a while. And so I had to start the job all over again. That was a fun day, and maybe it was good I wasn't recording back then, because I think I may have said a few choice words that you know, you really shouldn't say during a gaming video, which is fine for some people. I try to keep my videos just a little bit clean. So what do we think? One more pass here, and then we'll be off back to the farm to get the cultivator. Hey, we're at 98% already, so that's good. But, you know, we have to do this little section here, or our OCD will just kill us, right? Maybe this will even get us up to 99%, who knows? %. Sweet. Alright, now the question I have is, and I really don't, I'm just going to try to hire someone for cultivating, but if we can hire someone, I'm just going to cancel it right away because I don't want them to do it. But I just want to see if hiring help for this field is actually possible. So cultivate. Okay. It's either too big or not accessible. Now this has been on the forums that people have been posting on there, like, you know, what size of a field is too big or not, you know, or not accessible. And I guess it's just random fields, because some people are saying, oh, it's anything over 3.5 hectares. And then one person did post, no, they were trying to get someone to plow a half-hectare field, and they got the same message. He said it was done by the agricultural store, but here's the store. Has 2 hectares. Unless he was talking about this one. I mean, I thought you said 0.68, but that's 0.62. But there's really no road going to it other than here. And yeah, I do know there's a job here if you're seeing that. That's Claire or Chloe or whatever her name is. And I have the bug where every time I go talk to her, I still get the opening main mission that she gives out on ideas on how to farm. Hello, Grace, Frank, Amelia, and David. I think it's Amelia. So we're gonna go. Well, I'm actually gonna wash the plow because I don't plan on buying any more fields for a while, and I probably won't be plowing any fields. Obviously today I won't be, and tomorrow's supposed to rain. So we'll wash the plow. I'll go drop it off. I'll pick up the cultivator. I got plenty of fuel, I think. And I'll bring you back at some point when I'm cultivating the field. See you in a second. Hello, sir. Can I help you with something? The evening mist is starting to set in. It's about 7 o'clock at night, give or take. Haven't checked the time in a little bit. Field's coming along nicely. Got most of the outskirts done. The top and the bottom of the field, we're just about cultivating that. And what are we at, like 9? Oh, we're at 12%. So yeah, we're moving along. I have no set goals of how far to get tonight. I'm just going to go until it feels like quitting time. But the field's coming along nicely. And yeah, you'll see the top and the bottom of the field when we get down there shortly. It was very bumpy. I'm pretty sure it still is, especially where the grass was. It was really bumpy. A couple times it slowed me down to like 7 kilometers an hour. It was rough. And that little piggy that we chase, he's over the hill somewhere. But you can see in the bottom of the field here, we've got the outskirts pretty much done, and we're starting to get into the field itself. But it's not as bumpy here as it was in the grassy area. I think that's where I used to plow with the old Jack Beer. I used to drag it all the way out to the road. In the early stages of the game, when you plowed, it left a big furrow in the ground. Pretty deep. And they fixed that patches ago of how deep the furrow was when it plows. And the only way to get rid of the old furrows, obviously, was to cultivate the land itself. And I haven't cultivated this field since I originally plowed it. Well, I should say the only way to get rid of the old furrows is to plow it again with another plow. Or the same plow, doesn't matter. Just plow it again or cultivate it. And I did get that little nook of the field over there done and cultivated as well. So it looks like the next day on the farm I should be able to finish cultivating this. Well, maybe. I mean, if other farmers have jobs for us to do, I'm going to do those first. For this field, there's no rush on this field. I'm just going to do one harvest on this field this season before we plant winter canola in it. I don't feel like I'm going to get 2 harvests in this year on it. Just only because it takes so long to work this field. But really, in hindsight, it's not that much to work on. It will take a couple days. If you were to work on this field, only plow it, cultivate it, seed it, and fertilize it, it's going to take you a good 3 to 3.5 days, I would think. Which is not bad. And for the size of the field and the crops you'll get out of it, it's probably well worth it. I'm just waiting for our cows to produce enough slurry so when we plant this in a couple days we have enough liquid slurry to spray on it. But again, leave your opinion down below in the comments if you'd like to see barley or do you want to see corn in it. Obviously, if we do barley, we're going to get a lot of bays of hail out of this field. Be good exercise for a farmer to pick up all those bales. I could easily see 100 bales coming from this field. So what are those 2 fields by the farm? What are they? They're not even a hectare, are they? No, so even these 2 fields together, it's like 1 3/4 hectares. And I think I get like 60 bales out of that. Yeah, so maybe even a couple 100 bales we can get out of this field. And so what do you get per like 40 bales? What do you get, like 6, is it 6 grand? I think I'll loop around here. We'll head back towards that corner of the farm. We'll park up the tractor for the night. I think we got more done today. Well, at least I got more done today than I thought I would. At least on this field. I haven't checked in a while, but I'm hoping at this point, much I've done, we're somewhere around 30% like we were last night with the plowing. Which should be fantastic. We'll check when I'm done so we can see the grand total. But it's getting to be probably 9:30 at night right now, so like I've said before, I'm not in too much of a rush to do any more yard work. I think his name is Steven here. Steven said I could park my tractor next to his barn. I want to pop into the barn, aren't I? Yep. Let me out. How much fuel in the tractor? 38% in the tractor. That should be fine. Oh wow, 30% exactly. Not bad though. Not bad. Field's coming along nicely. Lights are still on the cultivator though, but they're off on the tractor. Maybe I had to turn the lights off manually on them. Really? I think I would have learned the first time, but no. Did it again. Not like it matters if the lights are still on the cultivator, just... There we go. Actually, when they're in their house sleeping, I don't think you can see their names or where they actually are. See, there are a few buildings around here to fix. You can see I patched this one up at one point. And that one. Their fence could use some work. So a lot of stuff still be able to be fixed in the game, just that I don't think it's coded into the game as of yet. Hoping for that soon. No, I don't want to do that yet. We need to jump back to the farm. No, that'll do. Keep forgetting to check for traffic. Relight the fire like we always do. Well, sometimes we don't have to. Wish I could sit in one of these stumps. That's more my style. But that will do it for today on the farm. Pretty much just working one of our own fields and did 3 jobs for other people. Basically, I'm starting to call them like house inspections because there's nothing to do. Yeah, just walk in and inspect, like, yeah, looks good. And walk out and collect your cash. So, the next day in the farm, you may not see nothing because that's rain. And like I said, I may just leave the game running for a while and the next day so the wife can cook some meals, even though I got plenty of them. But hey, the more the merrier. And so the next day on the farm probably would be cultivating some of our field and whatever jobs are available. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.